Kevin O'Leary is a really great example of Gelman amnesia, which is he is an expert in real estate development. He sees this trial against Trump and knows instantly it is fake. The state of New York is committing fraud against Donald Trump and the people of New York to steal his money for political power. Because Kevin O'Leary does real estate development, he's been doing all these interviews where he's like, this is insane. There's no fraud. There's no victim. Everyone does this everywhere in every part of the world, in every city in the world. Then he goes, I know Trump has a lot of other things going on with these trials, other trials as well. I'm not talking about that. Full stop. My friend, maybe once you see how fraudulent these trials are, you realize all of them are.
Yes, some people are. I told this story last night that a friend of mine who's blatantly would consider himself like a leftist, he was telling me a few nights ago, like, it's like, I think you make like a sea change. You said something about like the tides have turned, but it's like head in the sand. Yeah. But when the tide comes in, you still can't breathe and you pull your head out. Like it's one too many stories. It just one on top of the other about this guy that's running for president. Now they're hitting him with this one after the last one, after the last one, after the last one. It's too many. People have become blatantly aware of this.
And it's all political pain, right? I mean, they're trying obviously to get him eventually to stand down, but we're past the sand, the line in the sand that was drawn. We are completely past it. Like there's no way at this point they think more pain is going to get him to not run. And none of this is going to keep him off the ballot. I mean, aside from the Georgia Fawny Willis stuff, I mean, there's not really any of these that are going to keep him off the ballot or keep him out of the White House because he's going to be in jail. I mean, this is, they're asking him to pay. But I think the more they see this, I'm telling you, they're in that bubble. They don't realize that normal people are like, this is some bullcrap.
I got to the best of my ability, I want to explain this because people are tuning in for the first time. Some people, and they're like, what is this $350 million fraud case? He took out a loan. He put up his property as collateral for the loan. And he said, my property's worth whatever, 500 million, whatever he said it was worth. Bank was like, maybe not. Maybe it's worth less than that. He's like, all right, they negotiate. They come up with a number, 400 million, whatever, a big number. Then he takes out a loan for like half that value. Then he builds another building with that. And then he pays back the loan. And he used his building. So if he couldn't pay back the loan, they'd take his property. This is what real estate developers do. That is a normal thing, and that's what Kevin O'Leary's been saying. This is what you do. You propose a great big number for the value of your property. You negotiate with the bank, and then you agree on it. Then you take out a loan for like half the value. You make the building. You pay the loan back. That's what Trump did. This is completely insane.
Yeah.
It's like the Federal Reserve, man. How can you, if you want to stay and hold the line, but if your area's getting shelled, you've got to retreat. The Federal Reserve owns this country. It's disgusting.
This is, in my opinion, so the gender pay gap is to Marxist ends. What's the real world implications of the gender wage gap? Non-negotiations. They said men make, 30 cents more for every, women make 70 cents on the dollar for every, whatever a man makes, blah, blah, blah. It's all not true. It's actually, I believe, between 3 and 7%. And the reason is because men negotiate and women don't. Men are more willing to take risks and potentially lose a job to ask for more money. So what we ended up seeing in San Francisco is they said no more negotiating. That way it's fair. All they're really saying is this job pays $100K and no more, no less. They are shutting the market out from being able to have people say, I'm the best at this job, I deserve more. Communism. Not immediately, but the end goal will be a caste-based system of jobs. White-collar job pays 100. Blue-collar job pays 50. Entry-level job pays 32. And no one's allowed to negotiate for more or less. What they're doing to Trump right now is basically the same thing. You will not be legally allowed to value your own assets. Okay? Donald Trump has a building, and he argues why he believes it's worth $500 million. The bank says, like $400 million. In their system, what will end up happening is a government appraiser must be appointed to appraise all buildings and determine their value, whatever, no matter what you think. That's it. The value is determined by what someone's willing to pay for it.